Elijah Burke was released.
Kenny Dykstra.
That's huge. That's huge, though. Elijah fucking Burke. God. I mean, Elijah Burke's so talented and just was so fucking put to waste on WWE TV.
Again, I read on the internet that he had all that backing from different people, and then one by one, people that were backing him left, and he was left with nothing. I mean, and he's still getting a paycheck. It's smart for WWE to get rid of him, so they're not continuing to pay him, but still, it's a huge loss. Elijah and Burke.
Then Kenny Dykstra, who a lot of people say Kenny Dykstra honestly had the potential to be a world heavyweight champion within 5 years, was released, and then lashed out and said how he was free from the chains of WWE. He
said he's been working there since he was 16 years old.
He was working as an intern there. Then he was part of the crew, and then he worked in OVW, then Spirit Squad, then his brief singles push for about 3 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
He had potential. I didn't hate Kenny Dykstra.
Nah.
But
him.
He will be serving me a hamburger at McDonald's within a month.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. He's not going to go to TNA. He's going to ride the indie circuit for about a year until his name dies out, and then that's about it. If he even gets a year out of his name. The only way he can successfully do anything is by bashing the WWE continuously.
Oh, yeah.
And Fudge makes a very good point. Burke's not going to do anything either. I love Elijah Burke. He's got great talent, but he's not going to do shit. Burke just is not going to get picked up. Well, let's hear from you guys. Sam, what do you think about the recent releases from WWE? Elijah Burke, Kenny Dykstra, and where do you think they'll end up?
Well, neither of them should have been released, honestly. But I mean, I don't really blame them. I can see Elijah Burke going to TNA. I can't see Kenny Dykstra, as you said. I think he'd be in go to some indie company for about a year, maybe 2 years or so. But I guess WWE just decided, well, you know, Elijah Burke's been on TV for so while, they couldn't come up with anything to do with him. I mean, there could have been a lot of things that could have done. He could have been ECW champion, but obviously that's not what they wanted, so they dropped him. So I don't agree with it. I was pissed off as well. Elijah Burke was released, but hopefully he does go to TNA, and maybe I wouldn't even see him as a big, you know, contender over there either. I'd maybe see him win the X Division title over in TNA, but that's basically it.
All right, Judge, what do you feel about Elijah Burke and Kenny Dykstra possibly working next to you down there at McDonald's in Florida in about a couple weeks?
And Paul London, don't forget him.
I was getting there. Paul London's in a class of his own. Talking about Burke and Kenny Dykstra right now.
I knew that Elijah Burke was on his way out. I knew when they started releasing people, when they started cutting corners to get money, I had a feeling that Elijah Burke was on that list. It's unfortunate, and I really do hope he goes to TNA because I really do like him. I think he had charisma. He could work in the ring. He was the total package, and I think if TNA misses out on this, it's a big, you know, it's just a big loss for them. As far as Kenny Dykstra, I've always liked him as a singles wrestler. I think if he did go to TNA, he would probably do pretty well in the X division. But you know, if he doesn't go anywhere, it's not gonna really bother me. You know.
All right, Andy, what do you feel about these releases?
Well, as most of you know, I'm probably the biggest Elijah Burke fan on the forum, so I'm pissed off that he wasn't used right, that he wasn't used to his full potential. I think he does have a shot at TNA. I mean, they could get him for next to nothing because he really hasn't done anything in close to a year. So he does have that road, but as Fudge said, he probably won't do anything. which is sad. But other than that, I think I see London probably going back to TNA for a short stay, and Kenny's going to be working for Judge at McDonald's.